All
So
right.
dusty.
Hello, oh gosh. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hi, Dark, Ferox, Azure Wolf, and Flugtastic. How's everyone doing tonight?
I am good. How are you all?
I can't complain. Welcome to all the viewers to the Discord Hangout Hour. I am surrounded by these amazing gentlemen. Ferox, love the jacket.
Yeah, dressed up for the occasion.
Dark, Flunk, probably not as suited up, but all the more lovely because they are not. I think Wolf is having.
He's getting.
Okay, Wolf is
There we
with
go.
the jacket. Let's go. I totally. So this is the rule one of the Gavin Roundtable for 2 years now. Is I will surprise everyone with a suit jacket, and then everyone who's new will not know. They won't have suit jackets. So it's an ongoing tradition.
I'm coming in with the tux next time.
Yes, HG, and there will be a next time. HG. Oh God, I forgot how hot hair Ferox is.
Oh shit!
Yes. All right. Shit.
Got an admirer. Let's go.
European
I
system.
love
Let
it.
me hit on you, Ferox.
All right. So what is the Discord Hangout Hour? These gentlemen here are parts of the glue that makes Not Gavin's Discord. They are the folks who swing around in voice chat, who find themselves in text chats. We have veterans such as Azure Wolf, who's here every night, all the time. And then we have people like Funktastic here, who's just relatively new to our community. I've known him for a while now in our local FGC, but he's kind of stuck around as part of, especially in that fighting game community chat, who's been playing a lot of League of Legends, and I thank the community for stepping up and helping him out and teaching him some things there. But I kind of wanted to get all spectrums of it, of people who are here for a long time and what makes you stick around, and people who just got here and what makes you stick around, right? Chat, if you have any questions for anybody, please ask away. We'll do an official Q&A towards the end, but we'll take Twitch chat questions throughout. But with that being the theme of this panel, I kind of want to just open it up with a very quick initial with the most basic of initial questions. I'll take answers one at a time, and then we can kind of do more of an open floor discussion on it. And so I'll start with Wolf since he's at the top left of my screen. For Discord communities that you are an active part of, that you stay in voice chats of, that you look at the text chats daily, that you've got the notification sound on, the great honor of having the notification ping on that Discord, what makes you stick around?
One of the big things is, one, I come from, like you said, a long time thing of we used to be part of an Xbox group, and over time everybody has migrated through Mumble, through Skype, through various other voice chats, and we all have met up here. So that's one of the reasons that I like to stay around, because you keep everybody that and you keep in contact with, you can just keep being friends with. Another thing is that you meet a lot of new people through things like, for example, like we met last. I didn't know him except through you guys through the Discord. Or, I like reconnect with Dark, or we meet up with Ferox or Flunk, just it's a good place to meet a bunch of, for the most part, like-minded people that are just here to have fun and play games and do all kinds of stuff like that.
Dark, same question. What makes you stick around on now Wolf gave a very Not Gavin Discord centric answer, but what makes you, it can be my Discord or not, I'm just curious, what makes you stay active in a Discord, checking the chat, joining the voice calls, having notification pings on, stuff like that?
So I'll actually go with like my example for your Discord, Gavin. So something that's kept me first got me introduced to the Discord, and then what kind of has kept me around is that first time I'm like reconnecting with Wolf and Riley, and H, which terrifying H is always great, USA over Britain every time. But that's one thing that kind of brought me into the Discord, and then more of the community that's already been built around it has kind of been what keeps me around, because there are those like-minded individuals. For example, like Ferox, where no matter what, we can kind of just meme around no matter what, and we always have a great time. I mean, no one really has their feelings hurt if like there are jokes made.
Right. Ferox, I think
Yeah,
you're.
no.
I think if Dark and Flunk represent kind of newer people in our Discord specifically, and Wolf is like the veteran of veterans. I think you're probably somewhere in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
For sure. You have this whole old community of yours, and you have all the new ones, and then I'm just sitting there. I'm here from the Stardew Valley days. You remember those, Gavin? The good
want them
old times
I
when
want
our
them
farm
back.
was still alive.
I want them back.
Yeah, same here. Coming here at the first, I think it was our first lockdown in quarantine, like almost 3 years ago now. Just sticking around for the memory, I think. You get to know people. It's not really a schedule, but you can depend on just people being there at certain times, just to talk with, have some fun. Um, I think that's the most important part. Just like what Dark said, like-minded people, but also just having the memory around, just making fun with each other and having a blast.
All right, and then Flunk. I especially wanted you on this panel because you really give the new person perspective here, and I won't repeat that the entire time, but I'll repeat it a lot of the time. What it doesn't have to be my Discord specifically, but what makes you stick around Discords, and I guess how that does tie into mine specifically.
I actually had that answer already planned out. I think broadly speaking, the things that keep me in a Discord server is like shared interests, and then constantly interacting with the people there. Excuse me, because you can have one of those and still get the other as long as you're interacting with the community. So, for example, like I obviously come from the fighting game side of your server, but I met other people there who helped me get into League, for example. And the more you interact with them, the more inclined I am to stay because I actually get to know them as people. Uh, so like, and it happens like when all across all across different servers. Like if I know what I like there, I'm gonna stick around there, and if I meet people there, that's even better.
All right. So I'm hearing just between everybody, it seems like there's one of really two answers, right? It's either your friends make you stick around, and through your friends you get shared interests and discover shared interests, or you start with shared interests and then you kind of make friends from there. So they seem to be like more or less the two biggest reasons why people will stick around to a Discord, but I feel like other Discords offer that. So what is it about certain Discords that keep you around? Is it just a quality of people? Is it like, because my Discord, we run special events pretty often and it's based around a stream. What does it need besides, or what do you think, like, kind of what's the unique thing that really like elevates a server? Because everything, I mean, you usually join a server because of one of those two things to begin with, because you already had friends, or you joined because of a shared interest. What makes you stay, I guess? And that's a much tougher question, I understand. So if you don't have an answer ready right away, give it some thought. I'll go in reverse order this time for Flunk. I'm gonna just jump you here. If you can pass it if you want, but I'm really curious on like what elevates it beyond that.
Usually, so in my experience, so I have been in several fighting game discords, and then I've also like dropped a few. Usually the thing that keeps me around is oftentimes the people, like, because I can go to any server for like fighting games, or competitive, anything, but it is usually like the people there. The more personal I am to them, the more likely I am to say, like, again, Gavin, I know you in real life. We've known each other for a while, and I've only recently joined the server. But like I can tell that, like, because I know you so well, or as know you as well as I do, I feel myself inclined to stick around. Whereas if I've only met them like maybe once in my life, and we don't talk too much, like maybe we exchange a few paragraphs a week, that would probably keep me less inclined to stick around.
Okay. So sort of, it's not just people that it's not just being acquainted, being genuine friends matters, and the people around the Discord server matter. Moo Cactus in chat, the size of a Discord matters a lot. Get too big, it feels overwhelming, but too small, and a few people lose an interest for a bit can completely kill the server. I don't know if anyone wants to steal Moo Cactus's answer. Ferox, are you gonna plagiarize Moo's answer? Or do
No,
you have something else for me?
I'm gonna add up to it because I wanted to say the same thing, but I think the most important part is it is a community Discord, of course. but it doesn't really feel like a community Discord every day when you're there, because it just feels like you are hanging around with people that you've known for a while. And I think the reason why is because people do not stick around for, not to be rude, but mostly for League or Valorant, like those competitive games. I, for example, was going into the Discord because you were streaming. What was it again? I think it was Under Night, and I was just asking, "Hey man, can you show me the tutorial?" You just showed me the whole fucking tutorial, and I was like, "Oh, he's nice. I'll join." And I've seen people join for like those kind of things instead of just only skill and etc. And then you get people that are kind of humble. I think that's the way to say it, and that sticks. And then you can talk with people and have fun, you know, instead of having some toxicity around. And you have like a small kind of community that knows each other. And if someone's new, they are always welcome, and we are always showing them around.
I think that you are a highlight of that, where like, man, like someone stopping by to stream, right? Because some people join from the Discord, some people join from the stream. It's that type of community. But I think that story reminds me of Amethyst Taco, where we just like got really focused on making something really cool when Amethyst Taco joined in the moment of that Phoenix Wright stream that we were doing. And they were like, okay, well, I don't really stick around streams that often. And I think like all of us who were in that stream were like, okay, just time to like voice act the fuck out of this stream and do something really cool. And Amethyst stuck around and is still around. And I feel like probably you had a similar experience where it's like, let's just do something really cool and show that we care, I guess, or I show that I care. I don't know. And then the rest, you know, speaks for itself. Wolf. I would have gone to Dark next, but Dark actually stepped away to grab food really, really quick. And is going to miss half the panel because of it. But same question. What elevates the Discord beyond just the shared interest and friend group that makes you stick around? What do you think is that the hidden sauce? What does it take?
Well, kind of on what Ferox was saying as well. Between having like a lot of people here, but like the right amount, the same with what Moo was saying. It's also the attitude that people have. You very rarely, at least on this Discord, get into fights. There's very rarely any sort of like Discord drama that happens. It's very much just like everybody having a good time, and there isn't a lot of like clashing of ideals that are too like way out there or something like that. So it's nice to come into a place where it's just like I can just come over here and hang out. I don't got to worry about anything. I can just chill. Uh, And as for some of the other things that with like your Discord in particular is that you do stuff like we'll have an in-house tournament. I know other Discord stuff do that too, but it's just like it's just fun to be a part of it. You know?
Great plug for tomorrow's ARAM tournament at 8 p.m. Eastern
Yes.
in the middle of the subathon. I see a lot of people have already RSVP'd for it, and you don't have to RSVP to show up. Blanc, you're not making it. I saw that. Or at least we'll see. We'll see. I have hope. Our newest League of Legends player. He has all the champions. Anyways, I won't. No direct call outs. Sorry.
That's
okay.
fair.
Yeah. Okay. Again, in chat, if you're in chat, a lot of people stopping by. A lot of people adding little comments that really support the idea of no bully, we chill. I also enjoy that environment. I kind of my only note on that is I try not to like censor too much. I try not to like I it just means that we have a very agreeable community at the end of the day who might have differences, but maybe that's a big reason why people, you know, want to stick around. Dark, you missed here's the question that you missed. You didn't just get your food, you ate it, you're still chewing.
Yeah.
The question is, the point was that a lot of people gave the answer of you have shared interests or your friend group is there and they kind of lead into each other. What is kind of the unique thing that elevates that? Because any Discord could have your friend group there or shared interests. You join Discords usually because of shared interests to begin with. What's that special sauce that makes you really want to stick around with that particular friend group or that particular shared interest?
So things that at least make me stay like interested in like stay within a Discord, or instead of like, oh yes, we have these shared interests, and you know people are great. Hey, but the thing that's gonna hold a Discord really together is going to be One, the community that's based around it, but as well, if we're doing things as a community. If you're not doing things as a community, you're going to have people really losing interest within a Discord. And at that point, you'll have just fractions break off into their own little groups and factions, essentially, and split off.
Yeah, cliques, pretty much. You start having little cliques, which evolve into different servers, and now people are doing less events because they're in different events. I think we've all been a part of seeing friend groups fracture like that, whether they're communities or whatnot. Okay. General question, kind of a speed round almost. What is, and this can be either one, what is in the server what is not in the server, in our server specifically? What do you want from Not Gavin's Discord that it does not already give you? You may or may not have an answer for this one. It might have everything. The inverse of that is, what do you not care about the most that you think that can go away and never come back and no one would care? We'll start with Dark. Both very hard questions in reality. I
They are. Overall, looking at the Discord, it might be the stuff that's in the archive. Like some of the things that are in the archive, depending on how old they are, they might not be really like prevalent anymore to like have. Like like the archive is perfectly fine to have, but probably doing like management of it where it's like, if it's this old, like, this many years old, I mean, is the event still relevant now? That'd be my only real suggestion.
All right. Ferox, what do you want or not want in the Discord?
Well,
you can't say last place finish. We have to keep him.
I was about to say H, but that's...
No, we got to keep the British. We have to keep it.
But I have no clue, man. I think it's totally fine for everyone, their own thing. I don't use everything. Someone else doesn't use what I use. I think we have a fair share of everything we need right now.
Okay. Dear Hearts chimes in that we need an animal channel.
I agree.
Let me make my comment on that, okay? The reason why, and I've said this many times, that we don't have an animal channel is because I want all of your animals to be posted in general where we all can see them all the time. That's my take on it. I want to revisit this one. If that's your answer, so be it. But this is gonna be my next question now. Actually, we'll end the whole panel with, are we going to have well, you know what? By executive committee, we'll, as a group of 5, introduce a new channel to Not Gavin's Discord at the end of this panel. I want everyone to think on that. It'll be up to you guys. Chat, you can try to bribe votes. You can do whatever you want, but it'll be up to this panel what channel is going to be added to the Discord. Wolf, what do you want to be added to the Discord that's not currently there?
I think that some things that people struggle with would be finding a group. So an LFG within the Discord might be worth it, because there's so many times that we've thought about things of like, hey, if we have a Minecraft server, will anybody actually play? Like, regardless, modded or not, will somebody actually play? Hey, if we have a Halo night, will anybody play? Hey, I'm playing this new game. Does anybody else play it? Instead of clouding up general or other games or something else like that, it might be worth it to have a hey, looking for friends or whatever, if anybody's interested.
So let me ask you this. Why not ask in general? Why not ask in general, or why not ask in the relevant actual games channel, right? Because we have, for like the Halo example, you could post it in general, or Valorant FPS. Is there a specific reason why you wouldn't want to do that, or that LFG does it better? I'm just curious. I don't feel strong about it either way, but.
No, it's fine. In general, I feel that it's more of a bunch of different conversations going on at once, which isn't a bad thing, but it's easy to lose track of which conversations are going on as the thing scrolls by. So a lot of us don't want to scroll back 40 pages to go find out what the question was. With the Valorant and FPS and some of the other things, I feel that's more of like information or like, hey, check out this cool thing, more than hey, does anybody want to play?
Okay. Flunk, I feel like you had a point you wanted to raise there, and I'll let it segue into you answering the question as well.
Well, the first thing I actually wanted one question to ask. We don't have like a music channel in here, do we? Or
We do.
the expectation would be, oh, okay, that's what I thought.
There is a music
I
channel,
wasn't
yep.
able to look at it. Okay, I wasn't able to see it at the time. Yeah, I was gonna say, how useful are threads? Because I know threads are a fairly new function of Discord. I don't know how easy it is to access like the threads in each channel. I haven't really utilized them all that much.
Yeah, I mean, so
Because I was gonna say, because that might be like because assuming like they're fairly easy to use, that might be the way to get people involved in like certain questions. Although I can see where the issue may lie, where there's like a 7 million different threads, so it's just a different way of creating the same problem.
yeah, so
So
Flunk,
I understand that a little bit.
Flunk has me and Flunk have kind of a weird expectation with this, because in our shared server, the Homie Chord, the DMV fighting game community, they have moved other games to the forum function on Discord, and I'd love to get everyone's pulse on this. So what happens on a forum is you click on the forum itself and you see the threads, okay? And that thread does not appear on your Discord list until you post in the thread or add the thread. And that means that we have an Overwatch channel in that forum, but it only pings people who have joined that forum. So you can do a here ping, and it only pings the people for Overwatch who are a part of the Overwatch forum, right? So it's kind of like a few things. It's a thread that's just for people with that interest. It is a way to here ping people. It's a way to get individual games like on a forum thread that is opt-in, right? And I see Nias Burrito already. Threads are easy to lose track of based on personal experience. I think there's a happy medium, and I hear that, but I wonder if that almost, it would be better to use a forum than a looking for games channel, because then you can like advertise in general. Hey, I made a forum for Halo. Please post there if you're interested in joining for Halo. I don't know. Maybe that might be the solution.
Truth be told, I did not actually use the forum, so I didn't actually know what their function was.
Mhm.
So knowing that actually makes it a lot more convenient to go through threads. I always felt like the problem with threads is that like you would create a million different threads, and then you can't really get. And again, the problem is you can't get notified until you actually enter the thread or someone tags you in it or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And those both are what you have to do. You have to either go to the forum and right-click it, add thread. You have to post in it, or you have to be pinged to it, right? I think Moo Cactus has the right idea. You have to announce, hey, maybe in general you have to advertise it for it a little bit, right? But what you just said, Flunk, is kind of the problem with it is that you didn't know that was a thing. Like, it's so hard to like actually like advertise the functionality of forums, because the whole here ping thing is incredibly cool. That you can here ping based on only people who have joined the thread. I think this is maybe I mean, we don't have a looking for group channel right now. Maybe we trial it at the beginning of 2023. If it dies and no one's posting it at all and it's useless, we just kind of fizzle it out and delete it eventually. But it might be worth a shot, I think.
Definitely worth a go.
You could try. You could also try to demo your pets channel in that thread. I don't know if the threads allow pictures as well. If
They
it's
do.
strictly
They're just like Discord channels. I don't know. Pets getting buried by threads. I don't know. I think
We're gonna make multiple different pets channels.
This one's
Pets
only
with
dogs.
dark
This one's
fur.
only fish. This one's only cats.
Yeah,
This one's
great
cats,
idea.
but you're not quite sure.
This is specifically black caterpillars.
All right. We're still looking for questions in chat. Let me look up really quick, make sure we didn't get any. I like how informative about any game genre in Discord makes it entertaining. That was just a note by Dear Hearts. A question for Ferox: what do you do to your hair?
Oh my god. These never stop, do they? Not a lot. Absolutely not a lot. Max 5 minutes. Just put in some gel. That's about it.
The shorter your hair is, the less you have to do to it. Can't speak from experience.
True. The less you have to do it. I had curls back in the day, which was even less work than this. But
Ferox looks cute. Ooh.
might actually go back to that.
I have a question for Wolf, who has a behavior that I want people to comment on. I want their thoughts on it. So, Wolf is often everyone knows that guy in that server, who is the one who will sit in voice chat by themselves until other people join. And so my
I can't
question
call a
is,
demo like that.
and so my demo is another great example, right? Valiant is an example. Droid is an example. Well, Droid's more joins after someone joins, but everyone knows that person, those people. What makes you that person? How do you think other people should be that person? I personally think, I'm going to say this moderator's prerogative, that I think it's an incredibly important thing for any server. Even on my server, I don't idle that often. But the people, I think the hidden heroes of every Discord server that's active are the people who will chill alone in voice chat and be the social glue to pull people together. I just want everyone's kind of thoughts and experiences on it. Why aren't you that person? How much do you appreciate that person? What makes you that person, Wolf? Where do you want to start, Wolf?
Plain and simple, some of the thing is that sometimes people just want somebody to talk to. And I've been in those situations where you're like, man, I want to play stuff, but I also want to talk to people and just kind of chill. And it's like, then you'll see somebody just chilling in a Discord channel or something. It's like, hell yeah, I'll just go chill, go hang out and see, shoot the shit, go see what everybody's doing, even if you're not playing together. It's just nice to see what's going on. Or, frequently, as I've been doing, 2 a.m., I'm out here playing Rocket League for no reason, and somebody joins, or I'll be playing Trombone Champ, and Ferox is mid-work going, get a song,
It's the motivation of the day.
So it's fun to just start it, is basically the way to do it, because if you're by yourself in there, chances are somebody will see that and be like, hey, maybe I want to go talk to them, or maybe I want to see what they're doing. And then somebody's like, okay, now there's 2 people in there. Now there's 3 people in there. And then it just starts. It's very easy to do that. It's an easy way for people that feel like they don't want to be that person that just goes and sits in there by themselves. So, I mean, I don't mind doing it. It really doesn't bug me at all.
Fantastic answer. Dark, same question. What's your interaction with the hidden hero visibility day? The person who is the social glue that keeps the Discord together.
I'm trying to think because my internet just died, so I'm on my phone now. So, like Wolf said, like sometimes you just want to kind of hang out, play like your own game, but still be like a social, like have social interactions with your friends. And I myself am actually slowly starting to try and do that, where I'll just hop in either your server, last server, just one of those. Oh, and I think my internet's back. So give me 1 second.
Well, he's getting that set up. I'm with Moo Cactus. Moo Cactus kind of speaks to me a little bit. I have trouble sitting there without someone already there to talk to, and even if it's my server, I have every reason to want to be the person who's that social glue. I just sometimes can't bring myself to do it. So I wanna ask. That's my comment on it. Dark, you want to finish your thought?
Yeah, like for example, like I'm trying to start to do that myself. And it's just more towards gearing that fact of like, as Wolf was saying, sometimes people just want to talk, but they don't know where to start because there's no one in the server. It's like being that first person. I do understand that it is uncomfortable at the start of it, but you do get used to it, especially as, like, for example, for myself, as I grow older, is one of those things where it's like I don't mind sitting in the server and just waiting for some of the friends just to hop in and hang out.
I'll welcome Alan Wynn to the chat, who just stopped by. He'll be in a later panel. Will he be in a later panel? Am I that terrible at this? He will not be in a later panel. Excuse me.
Yes.
Why did I think
Can't just force people.
Yeah, I don't just forcefully conscripting him. Ferox, thoughts on our selfless Discord heroes who drop in a voice chat? What you think of it? Why aren't you that person? Which you were this morning. You were
I'm
filling in our
like,
server playing Street
I'm
Fighter
really
6.
sorry, man, but I'm the European glue over here. If I'm bored, I'm just sitting there. I'm just there at the wrong times.
Yeah, you were playing Street Fighter 6 this morning. I was in the middle of making the keynote. I was just about to stop by and just say hello. I was like just deep in finishing it, and then by the time I looked over, you were gone. I'm like, no, Ferox worked so hard.
I went to
I'll
take a
play with you when I
nap.
get the chance.
It's just I'm there for the European glue. I'm there for you guys. I think it's like 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. somewhere around that time zone because it's -6 for me, and I'm usually on from 6 p.m. to 12. So I'm just there for if someone wants to hang out or have fun when I have time.
Ferox and H are heroes for participating tonight as well, by the way. Everyone, please give them thanks for chilling out with us.
But yeah, mostly that. And if someone's already there, people join easier. I think that's the fastest way to say it. Not everyone wants to sit there for an hour or 30 minutes waiting for someone to join. That's also understandable, by the way. If you don't have the time, why would you do that?
Blanc, what are your thoughts?
You might have, I don't know, some of you might have seen it. I probably, as Wolf did, I think at one point, because I remember some time ago, like jumping in, looking for like games for like League, because I was still like I still am a budding new boy. But I do try to do that because, like the others have saying, sometimes you just kind of want to play your own game but have someone around. But usually when I'm in there, it's usually because I'm praying that someone will notice, and it's like, oh, maybe they still want to play, or maybe they just want to be there. Any bit helps. Because if I go in there 10 minutes and not get anything, I might be inclined to leave.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I don't think it necessarily speaks to how active or inactive a server is per se, but no, I mean that's technically like just a not good experience, right? In a server you think is active to join a voice chat and then no one joins, right?
Feels very awkward.
So I guess the ultimate question for me is, how do you stop that from happening? How do you encourage people? Because I think our text chats are in a pretty healthy place. There's always some discussion happening somewhere on the server, something to catch up on. We have a few text chat heroes. I think Samant is a good example, who's constantly posting everywhere about some topic somewhere. And then a lot of people have their individual fighting game niche or FPS niche or League of Legends, or Riley posts food all the time, stuff like that, right? Ron posts a lot of music. I saw that. I see a blanket cameo in the corner.
She's laying it out for Lidl's.
Oh. I think that, I mean, what are the other ways to get people in voice chat? What comes to mind to me is like directly in text chat, pinging maybe League of Legends and being like, hey, does anyone want to play? And then people say yes, and then you go to voice chat, and then people join to listen into the League folks, right? I think that was one of Flunk's first experiences in our server, now that I recall. But, I mean, maybe that speaks more to why we need a Looking for Group channel or something more direct of get together, invite each other to games, invite each other to events. Like, I mean, I'm curious if there's if we should be more quote unquote aggressive of getting people in voice chat or create more avenues, if we should do it, and then the best ways to do it, I guess. I'm gonna open the floor on this one. I'm not really sure exactly where this discussion is going. I just don't want people to have bad experiences where they lurk and lurk and lurk and nothing happens, right?
So I'll say one thing, and it applies to the same thing with kind of a Twitch etiquette, is that you don't prod the lurkers. You don't want to force somebody to interact that doesn't want to interact. If they're just there to chill in the stream, they're just there to chill in the stream. If they're just there to chill in Discord, and even just in like, not even if they're watching or in like any of the voice channels or anything like that, just to take part of it. It's not, hey, you need to do more. Hey, you need to do more. You don't want to try to force them to feel like they have to do something just to be a part of the community.
Right. And we do have a lot of lurkers.
I was about to say, yeah, like for those who generally lurk and don't necessarily do it themselves, I generally do think like one of the better ways to get people involved is to take the initiative yourself. Because if you're willing to take that first step, they might feel a little bit more comfortable getting involved. Again, even if the point is that they just want to kind of like sit there. Obviously, it's not the most comforting thought because you have to be the one to go in there in silence for a little bit. But there is, again, like Gavin brought out, there is pinging. There is what we usually do, are just like be the one to lurk in there. But if you take that first step, it becomes so much easier to do later on.
All right.
I don't think it's being more aggressive per se, just to have like a specific place to ping people to play a certain game. Let's say I'm usually when I'm sitting there, I'm down for whatever, but I'm playing Street Fighter 6 now. I want to play some Street Fighter 6 with people, but if I'm sitting there, people don't know that I'm looking for people to play with. Just having a way to ping people like, hey, fighting games, who wants to play Street Fighter 6 with me, might help people to just join up because they know what's coming. If they join the voice chat, they know, oh, we're going in a lobby, we're going to play some Street Fighter. I don't have to say anything. I'm just there, to play some games. Instead of just joining a random voice channel with 3 people already in there, laughing at each other, knowing each other already, it might be awkward,
Mark, any final thoughts on the topic? You're muted.
Sorry about that.
That's
Overall,
that's
like
that's a
there's
pandemic Zoom attitude right there.
Yep. Like that's the only bad thing about having a mixer is just oh yeah. But overall, there isn't a lot that you can do if there are people that are lurking. Like H actually said, trying to force a voice chat is not exactly the best idea. Some people do enjoy just lurking in either text chat or just lurking all around. But them being able to have more of that welcoming piece where it's like, no matter what, like as a community, you are welcome within any channel. Like by all means, come in, come hang out. We may not know you yet, but I promise you, we are all nerds here. Trust me, you're gonna have a great time. You'll have a laugh. There might be some games that you enjoy that we also enjoy, and we'll be like, let's get some games in. Let's go.
Is
Look out for
that
HE bites.
is that a raised hand flunk or just?
I was gonna say, since you opened the floor, I was gonna step in
Yeah,
briefly
absolutely.
to add to that. Yeah, so yeah, agreed 100% to add to that. It's also like he said, like as long as everyone knows that they're welcome, and that leads into something I was thinking about earlier to answer like a couple questions previously about like what's good in a Discord server. Cultivating like a welcoming community, to where it's very clear that everyone knows that everyone in here is willing to like talk with you or get involved in whatever or do whatever, even if it's just there to sit there. Just that everyone knows, that way you're just not sitting in the Discord wondering who's who, and like if you should be concerned about like stepping into like a voice chat or anything like that.
Yeah,
All right.
I will build off of that and say, like, if you are new, even if you're not new, but you've been around for a while, don't be afraid to just ask questions. If you're brand new into a game and you know something is active in this Discord, or there is at least one other person that's playing, don't be afraid to be like, hey, how do you do this? Or like, can you show me something? There is, or I'll take, for example, the fighting game community. Between everybody on this server, there is various levels of experience. You've got the brand new people, you've got the intermediates, you've got the people that are in the vents, the people that get into the tech so much you don't understand. There's about 7 of them here at least. Like, so you can, in any game that's here, there's somebody for you to talk to. Like, just don't worry about it if you've been worrying about it.
And I'll just applaud my Discord community and just give everyone a pat on the back that like I don't feel like there's any moment where where you're going to feel unwelcome joining a voice call. As I've seen new people come in and just immediately get welcomed and hey, you want to hang out? You want to play this game? I think we have a very welcoming community in that regard. Alan 6 brings up an interesting point. A lot of times a big server like this acts like a news channel for me, getting info I would not have found otherwise. And then so Alan 6 brings up a point that and Valiant Knight comes to mind as well. So Alan 6 is, I know his primary home server. It's his server he owns. That's mainly his home server, for lack of a better term, right? But it's his group of friends, and people there might not post about news about the PS4, and somebody will post PS4 news on my server, and he'll stop by to chat with that. So I guess my note is that it's important to have channels that facilitate that discussion, and I think that our community is really eager to share gaming news in general. But also something our server doesn't have is something that Valiant's server does. So Valiant has had a group of friends playing Overwatch each night, and that creates that kind of social glue where everyone kind of, as a nightly ritual, everyone remembers those days, right? Back when it was your nightly ritual to like join your college friends and play COD every night, right? I feel like our server doesn't quite have a version of that, aside from maybe me and Wolf playing Rocket League at 1 a.m.
One win, mostly one game. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
And who knows? I think that maybe certain fighting games bring that out on release, especially. I'm curious if I tend to agree with the point everyone just made that we shouldn't force something like that. But I am curious to see what eventually is going to be the next like real nightly ritual to pop up on the server. I don't necessarily think it needs to be 4 tier list nights. Ooh. Ooh, I
just the most controversial takes. And again, it doesn't even have to be about like fighting games. It can be about anything.
I want to hear it. I will not be in there because of the drama, but I can feel the waifu night. And
oh no,
God.
That's a good stream idea. Tier list night. We actually have done that before on VR chat. We did that. There's a tier list VR chat world, and on stream we it was like 3 at night. I don't know why we were streaming. It was like hour 7 to stream, and me and I forgot who else. We're just sitting in front of a virtual tier list maker. Last was there. We're sitting in front of a giant virtual tier list, rating chairs. Moo Cactus was there too. It was like just the 3 of us in a fucking vacuum, just being like negative and angry and toxic. Little guy was there for ice cream takes. Yep, I remember that. Okay, this was obviously I just triggered people in chat. So tier list night has happened. Who knows? Maybe we'll make a full night out of it one night. Okay. Final. So I'll take. Does anyone? I want to take Q&A next. We can obviously go probably a while. We only have about 13 more minutes in this panel. So if anyone has any last second questions in chat, go for it. I'm going to open the floor to our group. Do you have any questions for each other or something you want to talk about? Kind of final chance for us to talk amongst ourselves.
Not too much. I will say Reptar said something. I'm sorry, little guy said something earlier about streaming your game more. It's probably something that I'll try to keep in mind more, because I know, for example, we have our serial Discord joiner of Droit. If you're streaming a game, he is there to watch. So it might be worth it to do that just to pull some more people in. If they want to.
Because I guess the idea is, even if you think you're not streaming to anyone, which technically you aren't, people can peek in the server and they don't know what you're doing, but they can always preview what you're streaming. So it's they don't have to join to check, and they might be inclined to join after they see the preview. So I haven't really thought about it from that angle either. So I think I'll start being very mindful to, like, if I'm joining a room by myself, if I'm playing something I want people to watch or I want to hang out, then I should use it almost as like a status bubble, right?
Yeah.
The moment I'm streaming UFC and it tells people I'm playing Final Fantasy 14. That moment.
Hey, I don't want people knowing that I am streaming Barbie. He's Island Adventure.
There's a lot of things I don't need to stream.
But as an idea,
it is a great idea. Definitely good to have, whether it's playing fighting games or like single player games or any other multiplayer game. I think at one point on this server I streamed Monster Hunter on a whim, and I did hear, I couldn't remember who it was, but someone commented on it when they were talking.
You know that you're in the call with the resident Monster Hunter fanatic as well, right? The other Monster Hunter fanatic.
Put his hand up, you see.
Azure Wolf at the top right of my screen is
top left of mine.
Just pointing at it. Why are you pointing at me, Dark?
Steel is also a very heavy Monster Hunter player, although he hasn't been as active because of work and stuff like that. And
Wolf is just the Monster Hunter fan. So you're in company here.
We're in good hands.
Maybe you can make that one of the threads for looking for group channel. All right.
Something to think about.
Who knows?
So I think that for sure the looking for group form is going to happen. I can't make that. I need to explore it just a little bit before I finally make it, but expect it to happen tonight, I would say. I don't see why not. I don't see why we can't have it tonight. And then, okay, here's time. We have 10 minutes to figure this out. The 5 of us must decide what the new channel for Not Gavin's Discord is going to be. I'm going to put it right under general. What channel do you guys want? Chat, you can bribe, threaten, blackmail, anything you want to make this channel happen, the channel that you want to happen, but it's going to be decided by these 4. I'm not even going to be part of the vote. I'm giving away my executive privilege. What channel do the 4 of you want to agree on to make on Not Gavin's Discord?
I'll
That's-
take Final Fantasy 14 guild, guys.
I was gonna, as a joke, say a tier list channel where you just post the name of the tier list and the tier list with no context, not even necessarily allow discussion, but just only post it.
Chat knows what they want.
Only a tier built by Gavin. It'll be called Gavin's Hot Take tier list.
What's my
We need
S
to
tier
find,
top?
we need to make a bot where it's just like quotes from
Tier
Gavin, and
list,
then it
yeah.
goes in one channel right there.
Everyone vote, upvote, downvote the quote. What's my S tier hot take, Wolf?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying in general. It'd be fun to have.
BCL is mid.
That's a A tier hot take at best.
That's an S tier. That is an S tier hot take. Refuse to believe that you believe that.
I'm still a fan of either Pets or LFG. Like, just in honesty.
I will give
just-
LFG for free.
I mean, yeah.
LFG you
LFG
give
for
for
All
free.
right, we're looking at LFG for free. So probably a pets channel, yeah.
Nah, I don't
Oh,
think so. I
oh.
don't see enough bribes yet. I'm waiting for my gil before I say
Wait.
pets.
This is actually like a non-meme idea. I don't know if we already had this. Again, I'm using my phone to do this, so I don't actually have the access to the server just yet. We don't have like a channel to get people together for like watch parties or anything, do we? For like movies or otherwise.
Which
or
is
shows.
why LFG.
Yeah, that's true.
LFG could be watch
LSV, looking
parties.
for videos.
I mean, group
for
you want
videos.
group video. I mean, it doesn't
Yeah,
have to be just games,
that's probably
right?
something. That is true. That's something that can be relegated to the forum. Because watch parties are like usually singular events. There's not like really like a weekly watch party.
If you're around enough, and it happens with Ferox and Last for sure, they definitely stream UFC a lot.
I've seen that, yeah.
Every once in a while, somebody will start up a movie, and then we'll do it. Like most recently, movie-wise, I think we watched the first Gundam movie when Evolve came out, or Evolution, or whatever it was. And then I know Lass has streamed something else earlier, so I don't know. Maybe Lass is a serial offender of
I
videos.
also watched Dune and some kind of war movie recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, UFC is every now and then.
UFC is usually every Saturday most
Saturday.
of the time, and that's
I got you, Moo.
that's very specific though because that's like
here.
if UFC's on that week.
I have bad news, everybody. While you guys were chatting, I went to go start on working on the forum channel. You can only make a forum channel if your server is a community. We are not a community.
Oh, well, good job, Gavin.
How do you make
All
a
right,
community?
guys. Time to
Good
leave
job.
the call. See you later.
Yeah, time to leave the server.
How do we? I mean, should we make our?
I thought
community
you
a
could.
real
I thought
community?
you could just straight upgrade the server, or not
Yeah,
upgrade, but
but-
just change it.
But you show up on
Hey,
the
Last,
server
come-
directory if you make it a community. I don't know if I want
I
that
see
yet.
what you-
I mean, that's completely
No,
up to you.
That's fair. I think there is an inherent
A
risk
Discord
of when you
community.
have it. When you have a huge Discord group at a community, it does become harder for like the people who do the bulk of like the maintenance for the server, like going in there and talking with everyone. It becomes harder to get involved with everyone because it's just such a massive group.
Mhm.
There's just an inherent risk with that, honestly.
Oh, we can
So I understand.
disable. We can disable discovery. Hmm.
Oh.
I'm gonna research this a little bit. This is gonna be okay. This is gonna be a research topic.
I knew
Okay.
I knew Gavin was blowing smoke when he's like, "Oh, we'll get it up tonight."
We could. We'll see. If we do not make it as a form, we will make it as a channel. All right. So what's
There's
our
something in
final? What's our final take on the channel? I would like agreement, but I will also take majority in the call.
I mean, I've only
Okay.
heard one thing.
Yeah, there's only
Board
one.
game, card game channel. I don't know.
That'd be good too, honestly. We do have the D&D
problem, but the
section.
problem was I was about to say, yeah, that one would probably be more apt because I think the inherent issue of putting the board game and card game server under or the channel underneath the general channel is I would hate that and I would want it to move down
Yeah.
to where the rest of the games are. So I think
Okay.
like the TTRPG channel would be great. Like I'm involved in TTRPGs. I dungeon master a lot, so like that would be fun.
Flunk, are you gonna sign up to audition for the produced campaign?
That was for Cyberpunk Red, correct?
It
Am I going
is.
crazy?
We haven't fully decided yet. So if you're new, by the way, if you didn't catch it in the keynote, I'll make this announcement for everybody, really quick. We are officially hosting the produced official broadcasted tabletop. I'm putting it in chat 3 times. There's the audition form. It is fully produced, broadcasted tabletop RPG campaign starting in 2023. So take a look at that. A lot of people joined a little bit late, didn't catch the actual keynote. So there it is in chat. Come join it. I need to make an announcement post about that already. So I guess. Okay.
I didn't actually know the audition was already up because I absolutely will. I don't know if I'll be. I'll have it out probably this weekend. I would absolutely love to do something like that.
Everyone has a lot of time to sign up. We will announce when we're closing audition sign up form for the auditions, and they will be auditions, quote unquote. We're not exactly sure how we can handle it yet. Between me and Skin will talk about it. Whatever. Okay. All in favor of Pets channel in the chat. Aye. Ooh, 3-4, 1 abstains. Flunk, what was your alternative option?
I think if I had to pick between the few I suggest, I would do the TTRPG one.
Okay, all for a tabletop RPG channel.
Ooh.
They're both good. They're both good.
Okay,
They are both good.
what's the name of the Pets channel?
Just pets, man.
Gavin's
Just
Pets.
Gavin's Pets. Just pictures of corgis.
I'm a fan of Indemo's channel, where it started off as a picture, place to only post Reptar's cats, and then everybody took it over. So it's not Reptar's cats.
Place
something.
to...
We could do. Oh, the best thing you could do. The problem is it's a little vague, but you could do Gavin's games, so it's alliteration, and alliteration's fun, but it's too vague.
Your heart says only pets.
Oh, yeah, please.
No.
Oh, please.
No.
Do it.
Yes, only pets.
Yes,
There you go.
only
Please.
That
pets.
is 10 out of 10.
Okay.
That is it.
Only Pets wins out. Enjoy your new channel, everybody. Right under General, Only Pets. As all the time, we will go kind of do a quick server audit at the beginning of each year and see which channels we really, really, really don't want or just are useless, haven't been posted in forever, and we'll ask, and then we'll maybe move them to the archive. It just depends. So keep an eye for that. All right. Final thoughts on the Discord Hangout Hour. Just final words from everybody. Wolf?
Don't be afraid to just get out there and ask somebody something.
Dark?
Don't forget to use your Twitch Prime on this handy
Not yet.
dandy channel.
Did you know that?
Did you know that if you have Amazon Prime, that means you have 1 free Twitch sub every month?
You should wait for tomorrow. There's a marathon. Every
Yes.
sub takes 5
Yes.
minutes. Don't use it now, please, for the love of God.
Tonight's and last night for marble giveaways, by the way.
So
So you're choosing between marbles or keeping me awake. Your call.
Ooh,
I think we know which one matters.
It's
I mean,
so easy.
Both, right?
Oh, I mean, you could sub to both. It's true. All right. Ferox, final thoughts as we close the panel. Discord Hangout Hour.
Join whenever. There's always someone ready to hang out.
And Flunk, specifically, thank you so much for joining, man. I know that really sprung this on you. You're newer to this community, but you've been just a treat to have on this panel. Final thoughts?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Shout outs to Alan Six for gaming to League, Ferox for I know him now as like a fighting game friend. I'll have to hit you up either tomorrow or
for
Sunday
sure.
to play some Street Fighter. The community's been very welcoming, so I do look forward to continue hanging out here.
A lot of fighting games happening tomorrow in the subathon, so take an eye on that. It's adjusted to your time zone if you look at the schedule. Yeah, awesome. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining. Next panel coming up in about 5 minutes. Bye, everybody.
Good night, Joe.
Good night.